I think you guys realize that Ghana has a future.
I think in development, you have to understand that it's always a journey to the unknown, but as long as you embrace it, something good always happens.
It's like a family trying to solve a problem, and that's the part I enjoy most. In Ghana, football is #1, but Ghanaians love hockey because in Ghana, hockey was played in the schools.
Hockey, in fact, was introduced into Ghana through the armed forces, the British when they came. So that's really how hockey got in Ghana. Hockey was quite popular in my school I was in, and at that time it was easy to play hockey. Compared to other sports, hockey is more expensive. You need to buy shoes, you need to buy a stick, you need to get a shin guards, whatever. So over time, the schools had to make choices. So hockey suffered because of that.
Unfortunately, they couldn't keep the pace of development.
This is an investment with a real goal in mind, specified country, specified group of people to work with, really sort of obvious targets in mind. And it's been fantastic to see because I think you do want to feel that in some way we can use some of our skills, some of our knowledge, some of our people to go out and make really great changes in sport in other countries.
The first time I heard of a TAP project was at the FIH Congress. As a start, England Hockey came over to Ghana to just have a discussion. Talk to us, see what we are doing, our needs, how we can work together. So after that, that is when we said, look, it was possible to really set this project going.
Go, play. There we go, we're starting to get there. You're gonna make some mistakes, but when we practice, that's how we learn. Okay, this is a new skill. I don't expect you to be champions already, okay?
So we were bidding to host the Women's World Cup in 2018. Countries were encouraged to bring new and innovative partnerships to the table, and we were looking at how we could do things that would be of benefit to the International Federation, but also the wider international hockey community. There's been quite a big thing about trying to grow the number of member countries in the International Federation. And so we were looking at where there was opportunities to grow, and Africa was a really obvious place. So we started to talk to the FIH about how we might be able to work with some of the African countries, and then the project really focused around how we could specifically support one country, and Ghana was the country that we chose to work with, but then also using that country, which already is doing quite a lot of hockey, to actually work with its neighbouring countries.
UK Sport partnered with England Hockey because we have quite a lot of experience of working particularly in Africa. We have, as a nation, I guess, a responsibility to make sure that we contribute towards the development and the governance of international sport.
In September, we went out and had a scoping visit to Ghana. We found out what their challenges were, where they were at, what they'd like to achieve, how they could progress. We talked to them about what a successful project would look like. And from there, I worked with the FIH to create the project plan and to ultimately get some coach education and umpire education courses running in Ghana in May, and now this high performance visit here.
Stop, go, stop. Come in. Yesterday you watched a team train here. What team is training? England. Did they walk to the next one?
No.
What were they doing?
Jogging.
They were jogging. Okay, if we want to be the best team in Africa, do we walk to our training?
No.
What do? We jog. All the time. Okay, you ready? Let's play.
The difference between Ghana and this place, is very wide. The pitch is very good, have a lot of equipment here. If you have the access to do whatever you like.
Yeah.
So being here, ouch.
And your determination, I think, is high.
Because the knowledge you guys have is more higher than us.
We need them. We need them in Ghana.
Yo! Tomorrow, we're back.
The greatest thing about development is that you're focused on somebody else. You're focused on finding ways for somebody else to either grow, get better, or be able to survive. It's a journey to the unknown, you know. You have to be creative. You have to look for where the opportunities are and how you can fill the gaps.
People really, really care about development in our sport, and that has a strong voice around the board table. I think that's really, really important that we make sure that we're engaging all the way through the sport, right from the very, very top end all the way through to places where you're trying to develop hockey on a very, very different scale to what you're doing in some of our bigger hockey playing nations.
So there were goals in different areas, so in coaching, in high performance, in competition, and in facilities. Those goals were spread throughout the 4 years of the program.
The fruit of this program, which has lasted for the last 4 years, is that we have now in place a new regional Hockey Fives tournament.
As you can see now, behind us, you have countries who have never played hockey before. Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso, Togo, recently Sierra Leone, and of course, our big brothers, Nigeria, they are part of the program as well.
I think this Hockey Fives tournament is probably the best example to illustrate what the future of a competition in West Africa could be.
In discussions in the FIH, it has been really discussed that continental federations should use this product, Hockey Five, to attack and infiltrate the grassroots of the underdeveloped nations.
It would give the region something to play for. A lot of countries have never played internationals before, and so just to build up the region and make the region stronger is going to be one of the reasons why it'll maintain itself and grow.
If you look back 4 years, if Ghana wanted to make a match, they would need to go to Nigeria, or alternatively Egypt, which is too far, Kenya, too far, South Africa, too far. Suddenly, within 4 years, you can have them all here. So I think it's fantastic, to be fair.
Most of the young guys you see playing don't come from families that can afford to buy all hockey sticks and whatnot for them. So they depend a lot on either the school or the federation to get them this equipment. So it's not easy.
We're sharing sticks and balls and everything, and the equipment has been shuffled around between different schools. England Hockey has organised equipment in the form of sticks and balls and bags. And there's in the region of probably 5,000 to 7,000 sticks that have come in, and they will be divided up between the region, and each country will probably leave this tournament with over 1,000 sticks, which is awesome.
Well, let me put it like this. A stick will cost somewhere between $100 to $200 more. The budget for Togo is $600 over the year.
Part of the philosophy with England hockey is the idea of the hockey family, and I think this is an extension of that concept, and I think that's probably why things like the stick donations have been hugely successful, because that's a community in England coming together and wanting to extend that hockey family and wanting to be part of growing the game. It's been a surprise in England how much traction this has got, and how the challenges have been how to actually deliver the equipment here, from a sort of idea that's actually been successful. How do you deal with the success and make it work?
I would say that England hockey and UK sport have probably done more for the sustainability of the sport in the next 5 years. If these people don't have sticks and balls to play, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
every day of the week, from morning till evening. You had kids coming over here, just wanting to play on the turf. In fact, this was put up in 2009. This is the only one you have in Ghana.
When you get down to it, there's rips, there's tears, it's been repaired so many times. But Ghana and the other countries see this as a massive asset. It's interesting, when we come, we see this pitch and we think it's in a poor state, but the visiting teams here are absolutely amazed at how beautiful it is for them, because what they play on it is worlds apart.
Kumasi is a very, very strong hockey region in the country. Some of the biggest clubs are from there. I think in the education part, we've pretty much ticked all of the goals we've done. We've established a workforce that is working at the moment in coaching, in umpiring coaching, and also in train the trainer, so coaches training other coaches. And what you will be able to see in Kumasi is actually that structure working.
Within Kumasi and Accra, we've probably done between 150 to 160 umpires. Of that, we've cherry-picked some of the better people there to take on as the coaches, and also the educators as well. So we've probably got about 20 educators across the two groups. It's been really, really enjoyable just to be able to help deliver the courses, see the improvement, see the participation levels grow. The one thing we have really had to be is flexible and adaptable. Not a case of you get given a classroom and you stick with it. You've just got to go with it, and whatever happens on the day, you have to adapt to it.
Yeah, I started about a year ago when Mark came here to train us for umpiring. Though I've been playing the game for about 18 years.
I used to coach, but I've never officiated. I didn't know much about officiating, but now I'm proud, and I'll continue to make hockey grow.
For next 5 to 10 years, hockey in Ghana and then Africa as a whole will grow.
The program itself, the fact that countries have been willing to travel to Ghana, and whilst they have experienced difficulty in travelling, a lot of them, because of the costs involved and the length of time to get down here, the fact that they've made the efforts to come down here, for me, shows that they want to progress the sport within the countries they're in.
In Nigeria, we are running a grassroots program, which is from the primary to secondary to the university. I'm involved, so I'm so happy to be part of this course. I've gotten enough confidence to teach.
I'm hoping that we would have left some structure and some strategies for the coaches and the umpires and the umpire coaches, more importantly for the associations and African Hockey Federation to take forward.
Attended the FIHAcademy course, level 2 umpiring.
Yeah.
Me that.
You that.
2 umpiring.
You finish all.
I finish all. I do all.
It's so rewarding watching people grow. And what's happened over the last 4 years is somebody has started on a level 1 coaching course, for example, and now they're sitting in an elite coaching course. And I get goosebumps, so a little bit passionate, you know. And you just watch that person develop, and it's so rewarding. But it's not only on that, it's with umpires, it's with technical officials, and just watching them grow at each game, where they like developing themselves and starting to understand why they do things in a certain way, and actually putting it into practice. It's very rewarding.
When I was playing, I realized there was no female hockey coach. Always is men handling women, and I think this is the right time for me to be part of the senior team, so that I'll be able to also help to the development of hockey in the country.
Now we have in place a good number of better trained coaches, technical officials, judges and umpires, but also people who can teach others. And this is the real legacy that's left behind. The link is there, and we hope to keep it going.
Here
Here it is, the biggest moment in Ghana hockey history as the women step out onto the pitch for the Commonwealth Games.
You can imagine, we've never been to the Commonwealth, so it was exciting. It was really exciting.
It was in the papers, it was on TV, it was on all over social media. So it was really great.
And again, this opportunity. Oh, that's scored!
It's been really crucial that the girls have qualified for the Commonwealth Games. I feel for me that actually the success is that they've done that with the spirit of sustainability. So their coaches have got them to the Commonwealth Games. Their hard work and ownership has got them to the Commonwealth Games. It would have been easy to send a European coach and attach them to the team for a certain amount of time and train them up, but that's not sustainable. So we've gone a longer way around it and we've still got the right result. It's done huge wonders for the association here within Ghana, and talking to the younger girls, they now see it as a real aspiration and a real potential that they could travel the world playing hockey as well. Just that role modelling piece is massive, and I think it has really raised the profile here that there is something other than football.
I started hockey just last year. Actually, I'm a footballer, but I just one day decided to be in the goalpost for hockey, and then it went on well with me.
Yes, I really love hockey. I like it because it gives me more way to know people I don't know and talk to people I've never seen before, someone like you.
Seeing how powerful a partnership can be, where you've got this international group of the African Hockey Federation, the Ghana Hockey Federation, the countries that are involved here, plus FIH and England Hockey. And I get the impression very much from early doors, this was a collaboration, and from my experience these few days, you can really see the shared input and the shared output from that.
Every time we meet together, everybody's open, we share ideas, and we come out with solutions which are feasible. And I'm happy for that collaboration.
I think more and more you work in sport, you realise it's all about relationships, it's all about partnerships, and that can be within sports themselves or across different sports or across different nations. And it's exciting. These experiences athletes are having is quite transformative, and their enthusiasm just to be here competing, the opportunity to do that, and they'll get to go home and they want to spread the word and have more people do it for themselves. So, when you see countries working together in a way that they maybe haven't done before, you just think it's working.
I sense a massive optimism. I think that having seen what's been possible in 4 years and culminating in having this tournament here, they're ambitious.
I'm genuinely hopeful, and I think there's a definite desire amongst the organisations that I've spoken to, and in England Hockey to, continue the work.
The future is in the little kids. If it wasn't for this program, you would have seen 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds on this pitch every Sunday. They come around and play around.
This was the first project that was an offer to come and see, and I jumped at the chance because it's great to read about it and it's great to understand what the money's going in and what it's trying to achieve, but it's nothing like coming out here and seeing it firsthand. It's nothing like feeling the passion and feeling the excitement, and they're all saying this has made a difference. This has given us sort of opportunity, and it's made us enable change in our nation, and it's given us something to aim for.
Well, I feel like it's surpassed any expectations that we had. We talked about getting equipment out here, and we've absolutely smashed that target. We talked about working with different nations. We've had more nations involved in the project than we anticipated. We talked about a legacy and training up coach educators, umpire educators, and that's already happening. It's gone above and beyond anything that we expected, I think.
it's been worth it. It's been real worth it.
Without doubt, I think we've exceeded our expectations. All the countries that are here have benefited from this, and that's what it is about. That's what sports is about, really.
I think the sound of hope is coming from what I have seen in the eyes and the smiles of the young players, boys and girls, who had a dream to play in a competition. Some of these boys and girls, it's their first time to go out of their city, let alone their country. It gives them hope. And there you go, this is the sound of hope.